facilities to start that digital footprint. And I want to share a video with you guys. We took a poll of our customers, and everybody was curious about how the trade-in process works at a dealer. Has anybody ever, any dealers in the room? Yeah, our customers want to know what happens when you take that appraiser. What goes on back there? People always wanted to know. So we said, you know what? Let's make a video. Let's talk about what it is, and this is what we did.
One of the things we do differently here at Brickcase is we believe in getting customers involved. You know, when you talk trade appraisals, it's always a hot topic, and everybody has a different procedure for what you would do. Let me tell you what we do. First, we keep our guests engaged from the start. Everyone's always wondering where that mystery appraiser is, what they're doing, how they're figuring out what they're doing, and how they're getting the number. We get the guest involved. We have the salesperson take the guest to the appraiser. Let the customers see what the appraiser's doing. Let them see and let the appraiser interact with them and ask questions on maybe any dents, scratches, accidents, or noises that we might find in the vehicle. You'd be surprised. The customers might evaluate their car, or they might give us a reason why to give them more for the car. But the bottom line is, you want to keep the customer engaged, and you want them to know there's nothing about it. When you're back in the showroom with the guests, you want to show them the information and back it up with hard facts. Now, you already went outside with them, they saw the vehicle, they know what you were looking at in the vehicle. Now, when you bring up the appraisal, show them what it's going to cost, the reconditioning that you're going to have to put in to make it right for someone else to buy this car. People are fair, and if you're honest with them, they'll be honest with you. And finally, give your customers credit. They've shopped around. They have an idea of what they feel their car's worth. Whatever system you use, they all have tools that show you what the cars are selling for in the market. Share that with your customers. If you're fair with them, they'll be fair with you.
So we started to leverage our production, and we started to get great feedback, and we started to get some traction. Customers were actually enjoying it. They were asking for different, and we started to produce all these different videos. And the great thing about it is it had this like great, I don't know, you guys call it like organic thing that happens in the internet. So now we started to pop up everywhere. The second thing is we wanted to create a process around the dealership, around our sales process, that encouraged customers to give us reviews while they were in the dealership. A lot of people ask me, why while we were in the dealership? We wanted to make sure that if we dropped the ball anywhere in the sales process, we wanted our managers to know right away, and we wanted to fix it. I didn't want to wait a week for them to get called by the OEM, or maybe the salesperson maybe called or didn't call. I wanted them to know right up front what happened. So we started to do a rating system for people to rate our dealership, and we gave them the benefit of winning a car. And we wanted them to let us know what they thought. And the great thing was it was part of a survey that gave us a lot of other advertising information. But ultimately, it told us if the customer was happy with our process. The minute we had a negative response, we addressed the concern, we collected the review, and we asked if we could post it to Twitter, Facebook, and everyone else. So what we started to do was, we started to be proactive about creating our content. And when I say the good, the bad, and the ugly, I meant the good, the bad, and the ugly. There are some customers you're not going to make happy, and that was okay. Because really, if I can get 9.8% of the 9.8 out of 10 customers to be happy with my dealership, I'm doing all right. I'm not going to manage by the exception. We published it out to every single site. So once we had that content, we sent it out. And we wanted to make sure that once we sent it out, that it was posting where we wanted it to post. So now, originally, at the beginning, I would type in Brickcase Honda, and Marooney Chevrolet would show up. Now we would type car dealer in Davie, Florida, and Brickcase Honda Davie would show up. Now that was a big paradigm shift in the whole, internet spectrum and digital signature. So we started to say, well, how are we doing on our site? So now when we typed Brickcase Honda, we didn't just own page 1, which before my competitors had so happily bought. We own page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4, and so on. And we did it by educating our customers that we wanted that content. What we did was we sent them reviews, we sent them letters, and we encouraged them that if they're a Yelp or if they're in Google, whatever they felt comfortable with, that they took the time to fill out a review. Now, I've learned in this conference today that you kind of have to manage it differently. It does kind of make sense that if you're kind of low on Yelp, maybe tell them to do it on Yelp. and target your focus a little bit more. But we knew that we had to leverage technology in order to reduce the effort to maximize our exposure. What I mean by that was I didn't have the resources to have people posting 352 reviews on 352 sites. That just wasn't scalable. It wasn't something I could do. So what we did is we used technology that you put it into one place, and whether it was video or whatever, it would shoot it out to the right sites. And obviously you have to track your reputation. Reputation management was key. We wanted to make sure that the service that they were getting when they came into store was reflected in what you were going to see if you went out on a digital space. Once those customers contacted anything on that digital space, whether it was Facebook, Google, whatever, we wanted to make sure that everything drove it back to you. And we thought we were doing pretty great. And now all of a sudden, I said, well, let's look for our phone number. And what we did was we started to get they claimed my phone numbers. So you'd search for a case and phone numbers would come up and it wasn't even my number. It was other dealerships. I was so upset I didn't think about that myself. So we had to fix it. So we went out and we made sure that we fixed every listing out there so the consumers that wanted to do business with Rick Hayes could find Rick Hayes and we could get the job done. Remember I told you earlier you got to get everybody involved? Well, we wanted to create a worksheet for everybody, whether it was the janitor, the salesperson, the people that clean the cars, that if they had something relevant that they wanted to get posted on Rick Hayes, that we could go ahead and post it on Rick Hayes. So we came up with simple worksheets. Well, actually, we borrowed simple worksheets from other people that we spoke to. That gave us, that set it up so that they could get it to one person and we could start to get this content going. So 4, we had to create a real-time opportunity. This is really exciting, guys, because social media is the customer-centric CRM. For me, social media is the new CRM. That's the way I look at it. You know, customer relationship management. We wanted to make sure that we could be responsive, that we could get people now. If a problem happened, that we could fix it, so that we could turn an upset customer into a raving fan. So, here's an example on Father's Day. On Father's Day, we had a customer by the name of Samantha. They had a problem with the body shop. She was waiting for someone to call her back. She had called the insurance company, but since she dropped off the car here at my dealership, she expected us to call her back. So she posted on our wall that nobody's calling us back. What's going on with you people? I'm so upset. This is horrible. Within 10 minutes of the negative post, we had the first response from my management team. You know, it was, Samantha, we're so sorry you feel this way. Listen, let me find out what's going on. We're going to make it right for you. We treat our customers like they're our best friends. We want to make it right. Now, at the same time, I happen to be at home on Father's Day, having my coffee in my room, checking Facebook. And I always go to the Rick Hayes site because, you know, I'm trying to gauge those likes. You know, I get really excited every time I get another like. You know, I'm not trying to get the 500,000 at a time. I want to do it one at a time, but I want real customers who want to be part of the family. So I'm looking at it, and I see this customer that's and my management responded, but we don't even have a phone number how to contact them. So I posted on the site, I said, please give me your contact so I can get it to the manager, we can get this resolved right away. The next thing you know, the customer's happy. She's posting, my God, I can't believe it. I'm so sorry I posted this on the site and on my site. I really didn't mean for that to happen. I was just really frustrated. All of a sudden, one of her friends posts, wow, that's really impressive. And then we post another win for Rick Hayes. Now that's what I call immediate response to social media. And that's why I say that it is the new CRM. So the last thing we did was we wanted to make sure we leveraged our employees. And earlier I told you that from the beginning we always got our employees together. So what we did was we wanted to make